Our final award today is the E. David Spong Lifetime Achievement Award. To receive the Spong Award, you must have made sustained, exceptional, far-reaching contributions to the Baldrige community. Lifetime achievement recipients change their worlds and inspire others to do the same. Dr. Spong has been a Baldrige practitioner and advocate throughout his entire career and led 2 different divisions of Boeing to receive the Baldrige National Quality Award. Dr. Spong's career spans more than 5 decades and encompasses many varied leadership roles. At every step, Dr. Spong has been a champion of the Baldrige framework and the Baldrige enterprise. Dr. Spong, please join us on stage to help present your namesake award. This year, we are honoring a role model leader who has made a difference in the lives of thousands of at-risk youths and their families. On behalf of the Baldrige Foundation, I am privileged to announce that Mary Bixby is the 2024 recipient of the E. David Spong Lifetime Achievement Award. Mary Bixby is the Superintendent of School Services and founder of the Charter School of San Diego. She led the school to receive the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award twice in 2015 and 2021, and was previously named by the foundation as a recipient of the Harry S. Hertz Leadership Award in 2017. For her entire career, Mary has applied and championed the Baldrige criteria to plan and establish futuristic alternative educational settings that cater to individual student needs, improving their opportunities and their lives. There are a great many lessons to be learned from a leader like Mary Bixby. Mary Bixby, please join us on stage.
Actually, I'm going to put this down. Charter School of San Diego, I could use a little more cowbell. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to introduce part of our leadership team. These are really people with a high level of expertise. I really recommend, especially for those of you that are beginning the Altus journey, to introduce yourself. We are always available, and they are always individually available to help advise or suggest in any way. So let me introduce them, please. Lynn Alipio, our CBO. Tim Tudor, Deputy Superintendent out in the world, Executive Director. Tiffany Andel, Director Operations, Technology, and Process Management. Wade Ashbrenner, External Affairs, Amanda Akel, Chief of Staff and Compliance Officer, and Trevor Baldrige, Communications, Marketing, Interior and Exterior Communications. So thank you very much. That's the real genius behind our school. It is a tremendous honor to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award. You have to think about that at first when you receive an award like that. You think like, does this mean it's over? And I've been assured that it's not, so that's good. It isn't for one project, as I understand. It's not for one period of time at all. It's for the many challenges, which you know well out there, the many learnings and the hundreds, the thousands of people that make up the tapestry of our lives. At this time, I really need to, Al, no matter what you said, I need to take the time to recognize personally those people with Baldrige that have meant so much to us as an organization and to me personally. Al Faber, don't applaud until at the end, okay? Al Faber, President, CEO of the foundation. Certainly Kay Eggleston, where are you? The chairperson for the foundation. Bob Fangmeyer, director, he's always there. Mark Wada has been terrific. He's vice president for marketing. Denise Shields, although she's not formally a part of the Baldrige side of it, she is the founder and principal of the Shields Resource Group, president of the California Council for Excellence. She's a friend and a counselor who's guided us through the Baldrige journey for over 15 years. She's not just acted as a consultant, she has supported us with the greatest passion and affection and always telling me when I'm wrong. Most importantly, she's helped us create a stellar organization that is strongly resilient and sustainable. And of course, David Spong, who you heard all about. He's one of the first people that I met when I came to Baldrige. An inspiring speaker. I remember the very first day I heard him speak and the stories. He had me hooked from the beginning. He's always been available, always honest, and always very direct. So if you approach David Spong, be prepared to hear the truth. To receive this award in his name is a privilege, and I am most honored. Could all of you stand up, because we just can't thank you enough for all you do for us, Baldrige. Stand up. Harry, I've received your award before, and that was, I thought, the pinnacle, and it was. So there are two idols that I hold, and it's Harry and David. You people are wonderful role models, and I appreciate so much what you've done for us. Thank you so much. God bless you. Baldrige is always wonderful about laying out a challenge for you, and of course they did that for me. I'm supposed to inspire you and get you revved up in about 5 minutes maybe. So you know it takes a lot more than that, but I do have a couple of thoughts to share. My very first supervisor was a nun. I taught in a parochial school, and my children were going to that school, and so I was a very young teacher, and I taught there. This principal was a sister who I'm sure never received any kind of training in leadership or administration for that matter. She used to catch it all the time from everybody, parents, community members, leadership. She just got in trouble a lot. And I asked her one day, how do you get past all of that criticism? And what she said to me is, it's proven to be, it wasn't the best advice to give a young potential leader, but I have referred back to it often. And she said, you just endure. You outlive them. And although that's not the best way, sometimes that's what it's about. You just endure and you outlive. So I can get this lifetime achievement thing because there's been a lot of enduring over that period of time. Developing a strong personal resiliency, developing self, is critical to creating organizations that are vibrant, sustainable, and always resilient. You can't give what you don't have. And I always say that to the teachers. You know, be joyful when you go into a classroom. Be welcoming, because you can't ask students to be joyful and not sad unless you can communicate joy. I've spent most of my life studying leadership, and within our organization, we define leadership in a little different way. To us, leadership is a reciprocal relationship with leader and follower. Sometimes you're a follower, and sometimes you're a leader. I find myself more these days, more and more, becoming a follower, because I have a high level of confidence in all those people around us. We have a school within a school, and we actually take time within the school for the adults, the people that participate in the organization, to train them on Baldrige on an ongoing basis. Not when we're going to have a visit, but all the time. We've replicated your fellows program, and we keep the principles of that program that you have alive here in our organization. And that's an important contributor to the innovation that we always focus on. So I cannot emphasize how much we've learned from you and how much we've grown. It's an endless journey. By no means is leadership positional for everyone. It is, however, something that many people can practice. The Baldrige journey has taught me several things. One, the concept of being multi-sector. One of the greatest joys is that we present, certainly not just to education, mostly to hospitals and businesses, community members, municipalities, and there is so much to share. It is definitely a reciprocal relationship. They learn and we learn. At first, I wasn't sure what it was that we could learn from a patient's room. Come to find out, our facilities person has advised me that we've met with nurses, I knew this was happening, with nurses and people that organize hospitals to figure out how we can have some really sensible use of space. And we've taken tips as we develop and build our facilities. And we have many facilities throughout Southern California. I think we're about 45 facilities now where we teach kids. A respect for data. You may have guessed, you wouldn't guess that I'm a data person, and I'm really not. I'm a spontaneous kind of serendipity, intuition kind of a leader. And I had to learn how data is so important. First of all, I can sell people at the beginning using my spontaneity and my excitement and my passion. But that doesn't take you on the long run. You need to have the data and the logic to back up what you're talking about and the results to prove it. And so I've learned that from Baldrige, such a wonderful and a great lesson. And I knew this, but new meaning came to me when I worked on the workforce and how we could articulate what it was that we were trying to communicate that was Baldrige-esque, that was consistent with our mission, and that was the best thing happening for kids. So our workforce, I'm particularly excited now because for the first time in history, I think we have about 4 generations that are involved in the workforce. And I strongly encourage that the more seasoned boomers welcome the Z generation, because guess what? The Alpha generation is right around the corner. And all of the generations that are interacting in the workforce bring their own special gifts, their own excitement, and their own passion. Leaders today have a complex and often volatile environment in which to work. We have to deal, you know what I'm talking about, we have to supply chain issues, we've got financial uncertainty, social changes and upheavals that can change your course overnight. We require a rapid adjustment. Our consumer base changes, again, overnight. And we have to be prepared to deal with all these changes and to do what it takes to bring together research, study, openness, collaboration, and daring. Living a life of achievement doesn't mean you caught the brass ring every single time. It means you've learned every day, and most importantly, you earned the right to move from a Red Sea, if you know what I'm talking about and read the book, which is very competitive and even sad, to a blue ocean kind of environment, which is creative, where you share with other people, where you're very focused on your client, and where creativity and innovation brings a refreshed kind of excitement every day. A very wise man once said, "Look back at the past with gratitude, live your present with enthusiasm, and look to the future with confidence." I think those are some of the wisest words that I've ever heard. I hope for you that you look to your past with gratitude, and the lessons that you've learned have been important. They have made you who you are. That you enjoy the present, no matter what it is, and that you have confidence that you will succeed and you will create wonderful things for the future. Thank you to all. God bless you. I appreciate your time.
Mary, thank you. Thank you.